What's up guys, welcome back. For those of you that are just joining the channel, I'm going to give you the standard YouTube harassment, so if you enjoy this type of video, feel free to like and subscribe. Goes a long way, I really appreciate it. Anyway, cracking on, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, the ones that watched the last one, thinking there's something wrong. Twice in a month he's in front of the camera now, but no, really enjoyed making the last one. I've got a big trip to Cromwell coming up next week, so I just wanted to get used to being in front of the camera again, because it's been quite a while, and yeah, it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things sometimes, so I've just got to get up and force myself. But yeah, back on Grimshaws again this week. Been off to quite a slow start, to be honest with you. Rocked up yesterday, a little bit, about 4 or 5 swims from where I was last week. A bit further towards the bottom of the lake by the car park end. Seen a few reeds knocking on the far side again. The guy next door, well, 2 swims up, had seen a couple as well. As well with other things going on in the lake, I thought, not a bad spot. I know the swim quite well, and I've had a good look from the other side, so I know the topography of it as well. So I dropped in here, got myself sorted, got myself some rigs tied up, ready to go out. Because it was quite windy as well, really difficult to spot. So I decided to chuck the marker float out, walk round with a bucket, probably about 10 spoms worth of bait, about 10 handfuls of particle in this bucket. Went round, sort of crept into the bush and just sort of spooned my way out really. Come back round, got the rigs out, and yeah, pretty much that was that for that evening. Not a lot happened. I think I had a drop back in the evening. And probably about an hour ago now I had another drop back. This morning I wasn't feeling too confident. Obviously I'd woken up without a bite, so it was a pretty good night's sleep this time, to be honest. But yeah, woken up without a bite. So I think I was up for about 5:30 as well, woken up just before my alarm. So got up, made a cup of tea, and I just stood watching the lake, and a bit pretty much behind me actually, I think you can see it, sort of on the end of the reeds. There's a fish shown probably about half a dozen times, the same fish. Yeah, the reeds were going mad, and seemed to be quite a lot of activity at that end. So I thought, finish my brew, get some breakfast out of me, and I'll have a move. Grabbed my bucket and went round. I thought I'd try and secure the swim before I start packing down, and unfortunately there was somebody in there, so I sort of got pinned in this swim then. But a little bit later on in the day I thought I could see some swirls going on that far side, so I climbed right up to the top of the tree. I could probably make out a dozen shadows just cruising around in the bay. So yeah, sort of pressure off to move then a bit. So I'm hoping it might happen tonight. But they're definitely up there, and with that drop back as well, and plenty of bait out. I think as the evening progresses and the sun dies down a bit, because they look as if they're just sunning themselves at the minute and making the most of opportunities, as pretty much everyone else is in this sun. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll drop down on the bait a bit later on as the sun goes down. Say hoping, praying, absolutely praying. On a bit of a roll at the minute. But yeah, something a bit different this week. Don't usually go into is rig talk and bait either. I try to steer away from it, as it can get quite political. But yeah, I'm going to go through my rig and how I tie it. Especially with the leg clip system, so don't see too many people using it that way. But yeah, I'm going to crack on and get this next bit filmed. As promised, a bit of rig talk. Now this is my take on the spinner rig, Ronnie rig, whatever other daft names people have come up with for it. I'll call it the Ronnie rig, that's just where I first heard it, and that's what I call it. Basically I tie it a little bit differently, and this way it's designed, or I think is better used with a lead clip arrangement. Basically, yeah, instead of tying it directly to your link, whether that be your quick link or your actual spinner link at Cordicel, which is what I use, instead of tying it direct, I actually loop it on, so I'll integrate it into a loop rather than tying it direct. It just gives it a little bit more freedom to move, in case it lays over any debris, if a carp comes from a funny angle. I just think it's an extra fail-safe really. If you want to get super anal with it, then fair enough, but that's just the way I use it. I've caught pretty much wherever I've been with it. It's never really let me down. I can't think of any instances where having the loop there has actually done any worse than good. So yeah, it's just how I like to use it. Again, as most things in carp fishing, it comes down to personal experiences and just whatever we learn with, and that's that. Again, it might be wrong, it might be the right way to do it, but that's just my personal experience. So, you know, if you think it's wrong, then, you know, so be it. It may be wrong, but in my opinion and experience, that's for me the better way to do it, I think. So, on with the rig. Basically, you're going to take a section of semi-stiff or stiff boom section, coated braid, which I like to use. You're going to take your spinner link, thread it on to your stiff coating, and you're going to fold it over, tie a figure 8 loop with it. After that, you're going to take your kicker, which is what I use, and you're going to take about 3 or 4 mil off that, maybe a little bit less, and just cut that off. Thread it onto your hook, thread your hook onto your spinner rig. Then you're going to thread your micro swivel onto the hook, and then you're going to put on your stopper bead, and that is pretty much it. Super simple to tie, and then going back from that, I'll tie that on with a 3-turn grinner onto ring swivel. Nice and simple, pretty easy, never failed me. Perfect way to round the session off. This one comes just before first light again. Right hand rod on the 12mm Northern. Yeah, not too bad at all. Proper angry little common. Anyhow, again, I'm going to come back at you with the standard YouTube harassment. If you enjoyed the video, please press like. Again, if this is the kind of video that you're into, then hit subscribe, pretty easy. Catch you in the next one.